So what we find really interesting in a right triangle with regard to trig is the trig ratios. And using the trig ratios helps us to find the angles that we don't know or the side lengths that we don't know. The three that we're focusing on this year are sine, cosine, and tangent. When you get into pre-calculus, you'll add three other functions, trig functions, that are also useful when you get a little bit more complex. So let's take a look at these. We are going to remember them by SOHCAHTOA. So what on earth does that mean? The three that we're working with are sine, it's just like at school. Our sine, it's abbreviated just by dropping the E. We don't call it sin, we call it sine still. We abbreviate cosine, COS. It is not cos, it's still cosine. And tangent is just tangent, but we abbreviate it tan, okay? But we say tangent. All right, so how does SOHCAHTOA help us? It's just a device for helping us remember the ratios. If we want to use, again, we have to know what our reference angle. Here we're going to use the reference angle A. For sine, the sine ratio is opposite over hypotenuse. Notice so, opposite over hypotenuse. The sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we are going to take the opposite side, which here is BC, over the hypotenuse, which is BA, and that will give us our sine ratio in this with the reference angle A. The cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So the length of the adjacent side over the length of the hypotenuse. We remember that by C-A-H. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if we have the reference angle A, it's the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And then TOA, SOHCAHTOA, the tangent is opposite over adjacent. So it will be opposite over adjacent. Okay, so that's how it maps out. Down below here, you can see that a little more clearly. The SOHCAHTOA. All right. So when you go, we're going to go, actually I'm going to do another video for our homework just so you can see how that works out in real life.